You want to make the enemy bend to your will. You want to alter time itself. All the explosions. Warp the entire space-time continuum. No Vault Hunter should wield this much power. What do? We is the almighty robot known as the Flak. Wally wishes he could be as good as us. This is what you're gonna need. Alright everybody, so if you want the power, you want to go about something casually and just, cause all carnage and destruction, kind of like this. Here's the setup and here's the build that we're going to be going over with today. So let's go ahead and actually go a bit more of a breakdown here and stuff like that. So the main weapon of choice, if you could not tell, obviously is going to be the complex root. Get this from DLC3. Dedicated drop being Lanny Dixon over in the Ashfall Peaks. Okay, so I guess we'll start off with the most important thing is going to be your shield. You have to have a red suit on. And also your complex root has to have radiation. This is very important. Red suit can only drop from Atomic over in the Tazandir Rubens on Necrotafeo, so keep that in mind. You have to have this because it grants immunity to radiation damage. Another thing that's going to be very important is that we're literally only going to be doing radiation as a form of damage. Generally, you don't want to do this. You want to try and get other forms, other elements on your build somehow, some way. However, we can't do that because if we do, what's going to happen is we're going to down ourselves. So instead of being an atomic radiation time bomb of absolute greatness and explosions that we can't die by, we're just going to be just as vulnerable as the enemy, and that's not good. Make sure you have an elemental projector rush, elemental projector victory rush. As you can see here, you inflict some radiation on yourself with this thing just because the splash damage on the root is so insane. You're going to give yourself a huge fat damage buff, like over 117%, because this one I have is a 65. So if you get one at 72, it'll probably be north of like 125 or so like that. Also, something that's very important to note is that you need to make sure your artifact has AoE damage, and you get your Cosmic Stalker to have a splash damage radius. You want to have one of those two. If you can get both, that's amazing. That's what we have here. That's what allows for, for this thing to have so much gosh darn reach. That's how I'm shooting up here and killing enemies all the way, over there. You barely see. It's having that AoE and splash damage radius, increasing it. Now, I just like the Cosmic Stalker just by itself, just how good it is. Making your hunt skills better, speccing into things like Anti-Player Stalker and Big Game are just some of my most liked skill points inside of the red tree, and which is why I'm using a Cosmic Stalker. Honestly, dude, with this setup, probably go about like anything, but Cosmic Stalker is probably going to be your best bet, just because of how fast you're going to be moving throughout the content. Just having that up, it's going to be very, very nice. So now here's our red tree. We do have two Fang here for an extra chance to double our damage with the root. I mean, why the fuck not? Since we're not going to be using an I Wish or anything like that, we might as well just go ahead spec into two Fang. We won't be touching things like Hunter's Eye or Grim Harvest, but whoever touches Grim Harvest, but outside of like those things, it's a pretty simple standard red tree. Obviously max out Interplanetary Stalker, and then Big Game, most dangerous game, get all the way down to Megavar for obvious reasons. So our Stalker tree here, because we're going to be basically killing things so fast, and we're going to be in fadeaway so much, we're easily going to want to have power inside, and we're going to get that 50% bonus damage every time we pop our action skill. Keep in mind that the preferred anointment that we're going to go with is going to be Splash, ASE Splash. Now, if you don't have one, if you have one with URAD, if you can run, a radiation URAD complex root, that could work as well. I like Victory Rush over a Deathless, so I'm choosing to run a splash damage one. Plus, the splash damage once again is going to go hand in hand with our AoE and our splash damage radius on our artifact and our class mode. So that's another reason why we are using ASE Splash. Plus, using ASE Splash allows us to get 50% more damage. Or not 50%, or rather 25%, because we'll get 50% damage whenever we pop our action skill more often than not. Obviously, if you're on URAD, you'll never get that You'll never get that double damage from the power inside. So if you are running URAD, but since we're not, we are going to be able to get that. It's also going to make things like Kitted Machine super strong, since we are going to be in fadeaway a lot, and we are going to be just hitting enemies from such a far distance away. Hit a Machine is going to be procced up almost close to probably 90% of the time. giving us a lot of extra gun damage, or just actual overall damage, which is just very, very useful. Also, things like Barbaric Yob, Eager to Impress is going to allow us to get our fadeaway, cycle it very consistently with things like head count as well. Now here is our Master Tree, nothing too crazy. A little bit of Barbaric Yob just because we are going to be running a Spider Ant Scorcher here, so give us a little bit more elemental damage. A little bit of extra health regen, which never hurt nobody. Obviously, when I max out Frenzy and then he bites, these two have such great synergy. And then things like Persistence Hunter is going to get affected by things like Big Game. This is going to last longer, which is very, very nice. Have our our fadeaway. You know, we can sit inside of our 3-shot fadeaway for a decent amount of time, dude. Like, we're not under stress or delay. Once again, this will allow our hidden machine to be active a lot of the time, which is very, very good. And then we don't have like anything in our trapper tree. I really generally don't even run things that often in the trapper tree. Just don't really feel I need to. But other than that, though, guys, I would say the only other thing is that you just got to be, careful if your eyes are, if you have sensitive eyes to, bright flashes, quick explosions, stuff like that. This could be a bit of a strain on your eyes, so just be careful. But other than that, though, guys, this is probably like one of my funnest builds. I've been using it a good amount for the Sniper Community Challenge this week and stuff like that, just because it's so quick and it just erases mobs so casually and so easily. And yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. My name's Kree. We'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out, everybody.